folks. So from the Hungry Girl Cookbook, 200 Under 200, I'm going to make the breakfast cookie. It's called Grab and Go Breakfast Cookie, and it says it's 154 calories and 5 grams of protein, but when I did the math for my particular ingredients, it turns out to be 167 calories each, which I didn't change any ingredients in here. I just did my own math, and it comes up to 167 for each cookie. And here are the ingredients. We have 1/2 cup of regular oats, not instant. We have 6 tablespoons of whole wheat flour, which is just about 1/2 cup. We have Fiber One cereal, 1/4 cup of that, which we're going to blend. And then we have 1/4 cup of Splenda, no calorie sweetener. And it calls for, believe it or not, 1/3 cup of Gerber baby peaches, or another brand of pureed peaches found in the baby food section. We have 1/4 cup of canned pure pumpkin. And then egg beaters, we have 1/4 cup of fat-free liquid egg substitute, 1 tablespoon of golden raisins, 1 tablespoon of craisins, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar not packed. Then we have 2 teaspoons of Coffee Mate sugar-free French vanilla creamer, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so next we're supposed to cut up the raisins and the craisins, and I am going to try my magic bullet, which I've never tried before, but I'm going to see if that works at chopping these up. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I put them down in here. I'm gonna wow, that worked pretty well. I'm just going to have to kind of scrape them off the sides, but that's what, yeah, I'm just going to, that worked really well. Look how much easier that was than cutting everything up by hand. Okay, so that was chopping the raisins and craisins up in my magic bullet, and it took like 2-3 seconds. That was so much easier than cutting by hand and so much faster. But the other thing I have to do is blend the Fiber One cereal. So I'm sure that's going to be exactly the same results, even quicker probably. So I'm going to put that Okay, so here is my Fiber One. Nice and crumbly. Much quicker, much easier than if I were to use my blender. I love my magic bullet. Okay, so it says in a large bowl, I'm going to combine the oats, the flour, the whole wheat flour, the Fiber One, the Splenda, the brown sugar, baking powder, cinnamon, and the salt. And I'm just going to mix that up. Just stir until it's mixed well. Okay, next we're supposed to mix the sugar-free creamer. There we go. I use my fingers a lot when cooking. I know that might bother some people. And then 2 tablespoons of hot water. I just took that out of my hot water, my instant tap, and you mix that up till it's dissolved. Now here's the creamer that I dissolved, and to that we're going to add all the other wet ingredients in a separate bowl from the dry ingredients. The peaches, the pumpkin, the egg substitute, right there. And then we're going to stir that until it's well mixed. Okay. And add liquid mixture to the dry ingredients and stir it till it's completely blended. So I'm going to add that right in here. Okay, now I'm going to stir this up till it's completely mixed. Okay, next we add the chopped raisins and craisins, and you're supposed to make sure they don't stick together, but they really are sticky, especially when you do it in a food processor or in my little magic bullet, but I'm sure as I stir those they'll separate out. Okay, those craisins and raisins stirred up nicely in there, and now we preheat our oven to 375 and spray a cookie sheet with nonstick spray like Pam, and then we are going to make 4 cookies in 4 mounds on the cookie sheet. These make big cookies. Okay, so there's my 4 cookies, and then it says to put them in the oven at 375. And we're going to bake it for 12 to 15 minutes. 12 to 14 minutes. Okay, the cookies are done, and they were in for the full 14 minutes, maybe even an extra 15 minutes. And they are slightly crispy on top. So, look how big they are. So now what we do is we just take them off and cool them on a rack, and they'll be completely ready to eat when you cool them on a rack. So by my calculations, these are 167 calories each, and I'll figure up the protein and stuff after they've cooled down and we try one. Okay, I'm eating this breakfast cookie. It is very good. I could just keep eating it for a whole meal. It's so good. The problem is how do you eat just one? Other than they're really big, so maybe they'll fill you up if you have lots of restriction. Okay, so now I'm going to ask my daughter what she thinks. Chloe, do you like that cookie? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Could you eat a whole one? Mm-hmm. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give it? 9. Yeah, me too. I think it's really good. Okay, guys, our vote is 2 thumbs up. 1 from Chloe, 1 from Paige. 2 thumbs up. Okay, you guys should try this recipe. Really, really, really good. See you guys.